Kia ora guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel, and before we jump into today's video, I just wanted to quickly mention this is the last video of January, which means unfortunately the month of double uploads is coming to an end. That's right, the 2 videos a week is coming to a stop, unfortunately. It's been awesome. I'm so proud of the fact that we managed to actually achieve it. It's been a massive effort with, you know, going out and filming and editing. It's been a big job, but yeah, I'm very proud of the fact we achieved it. It's done wonders for the channel. First time ever we hit over 100,000 views in a month combined from all the videos, which is just unbelievable. Yeah, I never thought we'd be at that stage already, and we've gained a bunch of new subs. So if you're new here, welcome along. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Anyway, that's it from me. Let's jump into today's video. Oh, it's another day now, back working on Hundy. Well, I shouldn't say back working because we didn't get anything done last time other than drive it, which was a lot of fun. Anyway, we figured we'd start off with a list, and ironically, Matt just happened to stumble across this, the unfinished list of the no longer $100 disco, version 2. So slightly amusing, the fact that it's a year old and still not complete. So we'll probably just continue on. I guess this is V2.5.
Can't really call it version 3, seeing as version 2 was never finished.
Yeah, so I reckon we'll just continue on with that list. Write it down, crack into it. We have to convert to solid body mounts because we're tying the cage and the chassis together. So we've got this length of nylon. So we just need to find one of our mates with a lathe, and we'll make them into some little blocks to replace the factory rubber body mount bushes. So we've got that to sort, and then we've also just got to kind of start tearing everything down and undoing all the work that we did wrong and go from there.
Right, first step is to remove the fuel pump relay that Tim is currently fighting with, so that we can drain the fuel out of the lines and remove the fuel tank. Who put that coil over in the way?
Oh, some muppet. Got it? Okay, well that's the coilovers out. 14-inch travel, 2.5 body shocks. Just some crusty old amateurs. They might be going back in, or we might be doing new ones, not sure yet, but they have to come out because, yeah, well, we've got to get the axle out and redo everything, so might take the opportunity to get some new ones, depending if anyone wants to buy those ones.
No, you don't.
Alright, well that's pretty much everything for the unbolting stuff. From here on out it's time to start cutting. So we're removing some of these tubes. We've just changed the design significantly. So this is going, this bar, these two, and that one there that runs up. Just a real clunky, ugly design, and yeah, it puts load in the wrong places, things like that. Also, a lot of the welds were from when I was learning to weld and kind of just need replacing or redoing. We've got all the we've got to redo all where we did the truggy chop right there. That needs fixing up. We're gonna have a second tube come off the bottom of the chassis and plate, and just tie it all together. Just make it a whole bunch better, really, because yeah, it wasn't a bad attempt for our first time, but in a year of you know, full driving and seeing other people's designs and just having time to kind of, you know, think over the plans, yeah, really change the design a bit. So that's what we're gonna crack into. Mid-cutting, we decided probably should remove the seats, just so that we don't obviously, you know, get them all crispy. So quick interlude, pull the seats, and then continue with the chop. While Matt's busy grinding in the shed, removing the kind of the ends of where the old tubes were, I'm going to start on one of the new ones. So yeah, it's a reasonably key part of the new design, so yeah, better get it right. Okay guys, well it's just gone 9:30. While Matt was grinding away, I have notched the new crossbar. So this is an old bar that used to run through there, so managed to not waste any material there. So that was a big one. It was it was only by that much literally, but made it work. So yeah, this crossbar is going to be quite an important piece of the structure, so it's good to have that in. And then Matt has been busy working up, oh, we'll see if it focuses. Matt's been busy working up there anyway, cleaning that up. You'd hardly even know that there was even a tube welded there. So that's all tidied up now. So
got to keep the supervisor happy, mate.
that hit my face. So we've just pulled out the upper A-arm or upper third link arms. Basically the way that they're designed, they've got like obviously got a step in it. This is how it comes from factory. But what we're doing is we're taking the passenger one, flipping it over and putting it on the driver's side. It just gives us more clearance in this bit. Obviously it now drops down instead of going up, which means we get more clearance around the chassis, and it now points the adapter downhill, if that makes sense, rather than uphill, meaning we've got more clearance, which you'll see once it's on, meaning we've got more clearance to pull the diff head out of the axle. So we'll show you once it's on, but that's why we're flipping these arms.
Someone's been getting good.
Tell me my welding hasn't improved in a year. It honestly pains me looking at some of the old welds on this truck.
Shall I go find an example?
No, please don't. Please don't. I'm honestly considering at some stage in the near future grinding a bunch of them out and redoing them, because like that, those. Alright, well we've got the axle out in the yard. Unfortunately the coilover brackets that we previously made, we aren't going to reuse. We've changed the design, so these have got to get cut off again, which is a bit of a shame because I didn't do a terrible job of welding them on, and it took Matt a fair amount of hours of cutting and grinding 6mm plate to make them, but again, it is what it is. It's only going to get better, so those are being chopped off. Same with the bump stop landing pads, because we've got hydro bump stops which we're going to be putting in, so those are going to come off. Basically just start undoing all our hard work, so it's going to be great. Been busy fixing up the absolute mess of a chassis plating job that we made a year ago. I say we, me. Yeah, to be honest, a lot changes in a year. And yeah, last year I was just not even comfortable welding the bottom, so I never even bothered. Oh, I tried and made a mess, so gave up. But yeah. If we have a look under here now, I've spent quite a bit of time just plating, tidying up the plate. It was a bit of a mess, so I worked with what I had. But at least that is now ready for some weld. But yeah, it's funny looking at it. But yeah, I do encourage you guys, like, just get out there and have a go. Like, as you can see from this, the worst that happens is you just have to try again. No, it's no biggie at the end of the day, but yeah, there's a few things I didn't show you last time. Like, if we sneak around here, like, just look at some of this, some of that mess down there. Like, it's just not very nicely done. I mean, there's probably like 15-20mm worth of extra weld that's not necessary, so I mean, it's not going anywhere, but it's just not very pretty. But just slowly working away on tidying it up, getting the bottom end all sorted, because eventually we've got to get a tube that comes off here and ties up there. Basically just some extra support. So before we can do that, obviously we need the bottom welded up, so we'll do that. And Matt's just taking a breather because he's been out there in the sun grinding away on the chassis, so plopped himself in the shade, which is yeah, not a bad idea. Alright guys, well, far out. It is so hot today. I don't know what it's pushing, but it's definitely not pleasant when you're in overalls and you know, all the PPE grinding away. Anyway, the good news is the horrible old coilover mounts, they're gone. Doesn't look like much, but that is quite the achievement. Matt spent the bulk of the time on it, and then I did the final bit. Ugh, absolutely horrible job. And that is another video done and dusted. Obviously it was just a big teardown. I hope you found it interesting enough. Obviously not super exciting when, you know, 90% of it was just undoing all our hard work. But hey, sometimes that's the price you got to pay of building a sweet truck. Anyway, that's it for this week. Next week we will be back working on this thing, starting building stuff. I'm very excited. We've got some cool plans for this thing. We've already got some cool parts rolling in as well. So yeah, stay tuned for that by hitting subscribe. Feel free to share this video around. Honestly, that's one of the best things you can do to help the channel grow. And yeah, as the channel grows, it just means that we can do more cool stuff like this and make more videos for you guys. So definitely consider doing that. Leave a like as well, and yeah, drop a comment down below of what you thought. As I mentioned in a previous video, we're going to be going into heaps of depth with this build. You know, really trying to share all the knowledge that we've gained with you guys, and also, you know, learn along the way with you. So I'm really excited for it. I hope you guys are too. Anyway, with that being said, that's it for today. We'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you then.